Welcome, I'm the Highlander. In case you've forgotten, I've been away for months. 4 weeks. Let's not overdo it. I just thought I'd make a video because I finally kind of feel like doing one again. Haven't had a lot of reason to. I mean, I spend all my life in this room now because I work from home, and then I sometimes go in here to play games here, and then also making videos. I don't know. It's kind of changed. A lot of things that I used to watch on YouTube, I don't like anymore. I don't watch anymore. I've unsubbed from a couple of channels who haven't made videos for years, for eons, and I think, why am I subbed to these people? So they probably stopped or changed or whatever, made other channels. Especially repair videos. Repair video. There's a handful of channels that I like watching repair videos. But I like watching actual repair videos. From what I don't like is that I can predict like how a video, sometimes like a multi-part video is gonna pan out. I'll give you the script. I mean, it's sort of free content, right? It's an easy way to make content. I've done it. So you get a piece of hardware that doesn't work, you disassemble it, clean the plastic in soapy water, take the keys off the keyboard, maybe do a retro binding if it needs it. Then take your isopropyl alcohol and put it on the PCB. Whether or not it makes sense, it doesn't matter. Use lots of Q-tips. Then replace all the caps. Don't bother turning the machine on to check if it works at all. Just replace all the caps, whether they're good or not, and put them in a bin so that you can use them later. And then put it back together again and turn it on, and it works. And yay, you've got a video. Now, the purpose of the videos like that, I mean, I still enjoy watching them, but I'm not surprised, I'm not amazed, I'm not inspired anymore. I just watch them to fall asleep by, usually. Now, some people, they actually know what they're doing, and when they take the Q-tip, I know, like a Gadget UK, he takes the Q-tip, and you've never seen anyone clean a board as meticulously as Chris does it. Why? He uses that cleaning process to visually inspect every millimeter of the board, and that way he detects damage. So this is actually a functional way of cleaning, not just spray it with alcohol and then go with the Q-tip here and there and everywhere, and oh look, it's black stuff coming off. No. Or if you watch videos like Curious Mark, this guy, he knows hardware. He just knows. Oh, there's a crystal that doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? He opens up the crystal. He sees the little chip off. He measures it. He measures the behavior, and then he concludes stuff. And he knows about what chips are supposed to do and what components are supposed to do, and he analyzes. That's inspiring. I don't fall asleep with a Curious Mark video. So a lot of repair videos, even though, I mean, I appreciate the fact that people make them, but I could make them. I have made them. I've made a video of my ZX Spectrum where I put in new caps. I've made a Commodore 64 repair video. I know how it works. I can do it without knowing what the hell I'm doing. Just this morning, I fixed an LCD monitor, the power supply unit. I mean, the thing was dead. Didn't turn on, didn't do anything. No sound, no video, nothing. So I Googled the power supply unit. I found out its most common problem. I just, first I had to look at it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. No burn marks, no capacitors blown or whatever. Everything looked dandy. Then I thought, with my knowledge of what I've seen in other videos, diodes. Diodes or transistors are likely to go. Because they heat up and they blow. And I did some measurements, and lo and behold, there was a diode broken. It was this one. See it? It's a little. It doesn't matter because I don't have autofocus. I have fixed focus. That's it. Anyway, this is a Schottky diode. I've learned that, and it has different properties. It's able to switch faster, This is one of 3 diodes that was connected in parallel. I've asked a couple of buddies of mine, you know what's going on, and nobody really seems to know what the hell is going on. Some board designers, they put diodes in parallel so that together they have a better capacity for current or power, voltage, I don't know. The problem, though, with that theoretical exercise is that only works if all of the diodes are of exactly the same capacity. If one is different from the rest, it will take all of the work, and it will heat up, and over time it'll blow, which is exactly what happened in my power supply. So these are all the things. It sounds like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I worked on a power supply. Don't try this at home. Only do this if you know what you're doing. I don't. I know that I shouldn't touch caps with my bare hands. I know that there's a live section. You call it the primary and the secondary side, because that's the DC side and the live side. All the terms. I know all the terms. I know it's dangerous. I've sapped myself once or twice. Does that make me an expert? Nope. I still made the monitor work, though. So you can do that. You can make videos about it. You can go a long way and give the impression that you know what you're doing. You're an expert, but you're not. And but anyway, that's the thing I did. And I'm done with. It'll be a while before I start watching another repair video, because I don't know what I'm watching it for, unless I want to fall asleep to a soothing voice of someone making a video. But then the next guy will add background music to the video, and it'll ruin my experience. So and there's a lot of things I just don't watch anymore. Maybe people don't watch me anymore. That's fine. I never thought I'd make a career out of this. There's only a handful. If any of you are Formula One fans, Lewis Hamilton wins his 7th championship, and then he says something to the kids: always follow your dreams because you can do it too. No, you can't. 95, 99% of the kids can't do what you did. Not because they don't have the talent, but it'll just not happen for them. It's like, the big factor is luck that you need to be what you want to be. If that's famous, if you want to make a living out of making YouTube videos, man. It's not said that a couple of people can do that, but you have to get ready to beg for money. And you'll get it, It won't be easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but to start out with YouTube and with the drive of wanting to be famous or being able to do it, that's why a lot of people start streaming, don't they? I'm amazed every time I hear someone say, "Oh, I'm a full-time streamer." It's like, what did you have to go through at the start? Who paid your bills when you started streaming and nobody was watching? You must have had you must have been married to someone who paid the bills at the moment. It's fine. but it's only for a few. Anyway, I'm still here, not expecting anything, and that suits me just fine. I think I'm at 1,200 subscribers at the moment. Almost at the 25K. Not a single Patreon. Anyway, I have some pickups too. I picked up things. So, here goes, right? A long time ago, I was watching a video by Galacticus X, Lambos from Greece, and he showed me this. He had a video up about the Mass Effect Trilogy on PC, which I thought, it's great. It is great. I agree with it. I played one of them, part of one of them, and I thought they were great, and I should have them. Not play them necessarily, but I think I should have this, and I have this. So, a week or 2 or 3 maybe ago, I was talking to Grubgun, Jeremy, because we play games together with Evohaler and Katkin and Dave. After one of these gaming sessions, I was talking to Jeremy, and we got to talking about the Mass Effect Trilogy again. I said, "Oh, I have that." Yeah, but he said, "I want it for," or it's available for PS3, but it's very expensive. It's very hard to find. And I looked locally, and I found a copy. This copy I found for €15. Wow, that's not expensive. Just got one right here. But I said, I don't need it. I've got the Mass Effect games on PS3, or so I thought, and I looked in my closet over here, and I couldn't find Mass Effect 1 because I don't have it. And I remembered why I don't have it, because when I look for it, I cannot find Mass Effect 1 for the PS3. It's just not available. Nobody's selling it. Maybe it didn't sell very well. Maybe people want to hold on to it. I couldn't find any copy except this one. So despite me telling Jeremy I'm not going to get this because I don't need it, I got it anyway because it gets stuck in my head, and it was the lone copy. I was afraid of getting scammed again because I've been scammed before, God knows. But this guy, who I thought was a girl, but it was a guy, he was very specific about this being a BLUS version and not a BLEU version, which doesn't mean anything to me, but apparently it's a US version that you can play on the PS3, but you can't download any DLC for it, which I don't think the PS3 can do anymore. So I said, fine, I'll accept the fact that I can't buy any DLC. Can I have it for $15? And of course, he, who I thought was a she, but it would turn out to be he, sold me this, the Mass Effect 3 trilogy, in a nice sleeve, and it's got a nice package, and it says N7 right there, and it's got all the DVDs and all the thingy bobs, and download the extended cut ending. Not. So yeah, I bought a PS3 game. How about that? From BioWare. I've got the Andromeda version. I never even put it in. I never even started it, and I don't feel bad about that. So that's something that I picked up. Also, remember that I had this nunchuck for the Commodore 64. This little thing allows me to connect a classic mini or any other, or a nunchuck, for example, to the Commodore 64, so that I don't have to do up for jump anymore. I can just press a button for jump. And it's surprising how many Commodore 64 games actually have a second button for something, and it can read a second button because it can act like 2 joysticks. It's very good. The only problem is that it hurts my thumb. after a while. I finished La Baie des Morts with this thing, which is a lot better than playing it with a joystick, but my thumb hurts on the D-pad. So I thought I'd get this. This is the classic mini NES controller. It's very light, and it looks the part. It looks exactly the same, except the D-pad is crap. It can't figure out whether I'm pressing just right or a diagonal, and it's very sensitive that way. And I can't play any games that are very sensitive unless I calibrate my hand to this. But this doesn't feel like it's going to help me a lot. I do like it. I mean, it was a gift for Christmas, I think. And I am going to use it because it is comfortable, more comfortable than a joystick. Never thought I would have said that, but here's the thing. It's true. So I'm pretty happy with that. This is I think this is an aftermarket a classic mini controller. Maybe I should buy an official one, or I should get a Nintendo Wii Pro Classic controller, a Nintendo Wii Classic Pro controller. If you have one, and I don't mean the Wii U one, I mean the Wii one. If you have one and you want to part with it, then leave me a comment or something. So I got that, and I got that for the reason of I got a game for the Commodore 64. Now, I said before that I watch Hazemaker 64. I'm not recording this. I am recording this. Waar is mijn batterijtje dan? Nou. So I got that because I've said before I watch Hazemaker 64's Twitch stream. Which is all about Commodore 64. I think there are other platforms as well. I think he does Amiga as well, but Commodore 64 is like the main staple diet of that stream, which I like very much. And he was playing Navy SEALs for Commodore 64, which is one of those games. It came out in the 90s, so that was way after the Commodore 64, I think, was still being made. But games were still being produced, and it was at the top of the level that the developers would reach at that time. If you look at games now for the Commodore 64, we've reached new levels again. Games are bigger, are more beautiful. They have more. If you compare the Mayhem in Monsterland to Sam's Journey, then you know that Sam's Journey almost looks like an NES game now, and Mayhem in Monsterland was absolutely at the top of the ability. And Ocean made Navy SEALs, and they were at the top of their game at that moment, and it looks and sounds really good. And I saw Hazemaker play it, and I got enthusiastic. I thought, well, let's have a look at getting this game, because I like getting Commodore 64 games, if only for getting the original manual. Now, Navy SEALs is hard to find for a reasonable price. £60, £40 easy, and which is more than I'm willing to pay for a game. So I was watching stream, and I talked to Andrew about it. That Hazemaker, his name is Andrew or Andy, and he said, no, we just talked about it. And then a while later, I was watching another stream of him, and he said, well, I've got an extra copy, and I'll let you have it for £15. And, you know, he had two copies, so one was obviously not as nice as the other. So I said, well, just put the worst package together and sell that to me. I'll buy that off you. And that was, he shipped that in November 3rd. November 3rd, he ships it. He said, well, it should be there in about 3 or 4 business days. He didn't he didn't do track chipping, so I couldn't tell where it was, but well, it didn't arrive in 3 or 4 business days, and I would have been very surprised if it had, because my experience, the longest a package has been underway is like a month or something. And so after a while, Andy contacted me and he asked, did that package ever arrive? I said nope, but I told him I'm not worried. It'll be here. It can take a month. This was during like Brexit things going on, and it was Christmas time, and delivery services here are just swamped. They're completely overwhelmed with the amount of packages that they have to do, and so I was counting on a long time. So after a month, nothing, and then after 2 months, I kind of said, well, I think I contacted Andy, said, I think the package is lost. And after 2 months, it's never going to show up. It fell off the line somewhere, or it got crushed somewhere, or someone stole it, whatever. I didn't know. And then, like halfway through January, so this is November, December, and then halfway through January, so well over 2 months, it came. It came anyway. I hadn't expected it to arrive, but it came anyway. So it's the box. Yes, it's not in good nick at all, but it's a box. And it's got the manual. It doesn't have the original baggie in it. It's a Commodore 64 game, and I'm really pleased with it. It's a cartridge. I'm pulling it out. It's a cartridge. A nice white cartridge with all the stupid warnings on it. It's for Commodore PAL version for this, and here all of the different Commodore 64 systems: the C64, the 64C, and the C64 GS, which is the Japanese game system. They're basically all the same computer, but it runs on all of them. And 1991 copyright Ocean Software, 1990 Orion Pictures Corporation. No user serviceable parts inside. Do not open. Refer to instructions. So that's it. Oh, I think there's actually a screw in here. I have to take the seal off, or take the label off, and then open if I wanted to open. Not that I'm going to. There's no need. So normally I would download a cart version somewhere, a cracked version, whatever. But now I've got the real thing. I've got the original thing, and I'm playing it on my Ultimate 64. Runs fine, runs great, and I love it. So that's good. That's something I got. I also got a new PC thanks to Mark Lactobacillus. He's been my supplier of all the PCs that I've had since I've lived here. So he offered me a deal, a great deal, which I didn't recognize at first. I declined it at first. I thought, well, I'm saving up money for a PS5, which I don't think I'm going to get now. And he offered me a deal on a PC that, according to what I knew, was basically the same as what I had. But Ivo Hela Giles told me, he said, no. This system that he's offering you is actually a step into the future. So it's got more RAM. It's got a way better motherboard. It's got a Ryzen 7, which is way more modern than the CPU that I had. And he offered it me for a really friendly price. So I went back to Mark. I said, Mark, if the offer's still there, then I'd love to take it. So I did. And I wasn't looking forward to doing all the moving the software over from one system to another, because it's not as simple as putting the disk in one system to the other. It's always setting up the operating system, setting up all the apps and all the crap. So, but I did that. It took me about a day, and now I've got a new system. I got a new PC. I've even got now an extra GTX 1070, which doesn't fit in my old PC, because I thought I'd swap the ones that I have for this one, blah, blah. I haven't. So I've got a backup or something to sell, but I'd rather not sell. I just want to keep that. So that's kind of what's been going on. I've been playing the regulars, you know. Been playing Deadside, been playing DayZ again, a lot of Elite. I can't wait for the new version of Elite to come out, the Odyssey version. It'll have first-person shooting elements in it, so that should be fun. And that's about it. Unless you can think of something I should talk about. I was watching Danester's live from lockdown, so he's starting again, I think, with... I watched one with Stu in it, to the UK. And one of the things, he was going back in time with Tootie, back into his old videos and about his first video about Play Manchester and Play Blackpool and all that. And that made me realize how long I've been in the game. And I can't even remember. I think I was 2012 or 2014 I went. I can't quite remember, but it's a long damn time ago. And some of the people that were on YouTube then, they're still here. Some of them have gone. I'm still here, though. I'm kind of trying to get back into making videos. As I said, or as I may have said, I can't even remember. Not really feeling it at the moment, so I thought I'd just sit down and have a little chat, which I've done now. I've had some videos planned. I wanted to make the Mario Cement Factory video, which I've scripted that because it's one of those review videos. I've got a few ideas, but I just don't have the energy to do it. You know, I want to keep making videos, but I realize that, you know, I don't really know what to talk about because I hardly pick stuff up anymore. And I know that there's people out there who like pickup videos. Some people just like to listen. I even contemplated getting back into the supernatural coding, which is, I mean, it's had a bit of a revival, and then it died again. I can still pick it up, and I still want to. All these things. I just hope that we can get out of this fucking lockdown situation. We even have a curfew now. I can't even go out after 9 or 8:30 or whatever. So I hope that if that is gone and normality returns a little bit, I'm super happy that we don't have this idiot Carrot Man in the United States running things anymore. I'm really happy that he's gone, just because of the influences it's had on everything. You know, you don't want to have a pandemic and have to deal with idiocy at the same time. You know, it adds up, because however you look at it, people in positions like that, they influence others. And I've been thinking a lot about how influencing works, and how influencing people's opinion is someone's goal. You know, used to be just governments and religion did that. That's why there was such a nice marriage between government and religion in the past. They were the two that had the most influence on public opinion. Nowadays, you see the most ridiculous examples of how governments try to influence people's opinions. But they're still powerful, as we've seen. So that's on my mind, and I just hope that stuff will just get the pandemic out of the way, so we can get back to our normal griping, you know, and that we don't have to deal with opinions about face masks and tests. And I know a growing number of people who've had serious health problems due to this pandemic. People in hospitals, people in ICs, people dying. I know them personally. It's horrible, right? And it maybe you don't know anyone who has it. Maybe you've had it and it wasn't that bad. Like me, I had it. It wasn't that bad. But if you're one of the unlucky ones and you can't breathe or you have something more serious, you end up in hospital, that is a problem. So it needs to go. I hope it goes quickly. So that's it. I have nothing more. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And I'll see you again in a new video. Thanks for watching. It's all free.